In this problem, we have a turtle and a rabbit, and they're in a race. So the turtle and the rabbit are in the race, and they want to see who is first to reach a point 100 feet away. So what do we know? Well, the turtle travels at a constant speed of 20 feet per minute for the entire 100 feet. So we'll work the turtle's time out first, right? Because even before I read this problem entirely, if they're giving me rate and distance, it's probably a good idea to find the time. If you remember, the distance you go equals the rate you're traveling at times the amount of time you're traveling. So here we know the distance, it's 100 feet. We know the rate, they said it's 20 feet per minute. And we are trying to find out how much time would it take. So t, how much time would it take the rabbit? To solve for t, we have 20 feet per minute times the time. I divide both sides by 20 feet, and I'll abbreviate here, per minute, right? 20 feet per minute. Okay, well, what's going to happen here? Well, 20 feet per minute divided by 20 feet per minute, well, that's just 1. Anything divided by itself is just 1. So here, 100 divided by 20, that's 5. Feet divided by feet per minute, well, we know we're solving for time, so here we know we're going to get minutes, but also you can think how these units cancel out. If you have feet divided by feet per minute, although we're dealing with units, right? Feet and minutes, it's units, not numbers. We can treat them as if they're numbers. In other words, we can multiply by the reciprocal of the fraction, right? When you divide by a fraction, you really can multiply by the reciprocal of that fraction. So here, feet divided by feet, even though it's a funny concept, it divides to 1, and it's the minutes that are left over. So this tells us that the turtle's time is at 5 minutes. So we, as we go on, let's keep that in mind. The rabbit travels at a constant speed of 40 feet per minute for the first 50 feet, stops for 3 minutes, and then continues at a constant speed of 40 feet per minute. Which animal won, and by how much time? Well, we already know the turtle's time. Let's find the rabbit's time. So what do we know about the rabbit? Well, the rabbit stops for 3 minutes in the middle, right? So we know that initially, whatever we find for time, we should add 3 minutes to that time. Right? That's we don't want to forget those 3 minutes where they're just sitting there. So distance equals rate times time, and we're just told, well, that the rabbit travels 50 feet, right? And at a rate of 40 feet per minute. So it's really fast, right? So let's see what happens here. 40 is the rate, 40 feet per minute, times the time. So we divide both sides again by 40 feet per minute. 40 feet per minute. So what's going to happen? Well, just like before, right? These are going to cancel out, and 50 over 40 is 1 1/4. Feet divided by feet per minute, that's just minutes. And that is the rabbit's time for the first segment of the race. This is the time for the first segment. Okay, so the second segment we have 3 minutes where the rabbit's just sitting there, and the third segment the rabbit's also traveling another 50 feet at 40 feet per minute. So it's going to be, the first segment is going to be 1.25 minutes, and the last segment is also going to be 1.25 minutes, right? Because those are equal distances and equal rates. So it's the third segment. And the second segment of the race, the rabbit has these 3 segments, that's how I'm picturing it, is here where the rabbit is kind of sitting there. So we have first, second, and third segments. So that just means the rabbit's going to take a grand total of what? Well, 1.5 plus 1.5 minutes is 1.25 plus 1.25, excuse me, is 2.5 minutes, plus the 3 minutes where they just sit there. That's 5.5 minutes, or 5 minutes, right, and 30 seconds. So here, you want to say that the rabbit wins, and by half a minute or 30 seconds. Thanks.